Alright, Plunderer. So, there are some things about this anime that I did like and some things I didn't like. What I did like about it, I like the novel concept. It's pretty unique. I think the number system is interesting. I think it's interesting that the higher numbers have to obey the lower numbers. I'm not too sure on that. I do like that higher number is higher social standing. I'm just not too sure about giving orders. But I do like that they can do a star stake, so it's not concrete that they have to obey a higher number. But the thing with the star stake and the having to obey higher numbers, it kind of makes power the absolute in the world. Because whoever is the most powerful and can win in the duel will be the ruler pretty much. So for the couple of things I didn't like. I didn't like that Hina was very uninformed about the world. I get that it's like a vehicle to explain the world to us, but I think they could have done it a different way. I don't like that Hina, lives in the world. She's traveled all around and she doesn't know what the abyss is. She doesn't really know what the numbers are for. She's just very naive and clueless to how the world works at all. She didn't know that a ballot was the most heinous crime under the law. I think they could have done a better way of explaining the world to us than having the main character be completely naive to the world she lives in. And another thing I didn't like is I didn't like the overt sexuality with Lich and then the hands giving her count back. I think that kind of overt sexuality kind of makes the anime a little bit trashy. And I didn't like that the main character was also participating because it kind of degrades him and makes him a little less reliable. But I think it'll be okay for the ace if that was the personality of the mask he put on, because at the end we see him put on another mask. So it stands to reason that he travels around and always takes a new mask or a new persona. So if that was his persona, I think it wouldn't be as bad. I just hope it kind of calms down in the future, and that's not what this anime is all about. So that's what I liked, that's what I didn't like, and there's a couple of points that I just wanted to touch on. I thought it was interesting. I did the math on how much she walked. She walked approximately 27,000 miles in 5 years. That is about over 5,000 miles per year. And if you put it into the day, she walked 15 miles per day. So she did a lot of walking. And my final thing that I want to touch on was kind of what I mentioned earlier, where Lich, he puts on a mask. So I think it's because he's ashamed of what he did in the Waste Wars, because he said the Aces are nothing more than murderers. So I think he's wearing a mask to kind of run away from himself and hide. And the minus 999, where Nana said it's the number of times he's gotten rejected. So when he had the mask on and he was being a pervert towards Hina, and she rejected him, it didn't count up, but it did tick up when she said "I hate you" at the end. So it kind of makes me think that other people have searched out an ace, and he's refused all of them and left all of them too. So overall, my opinion on this anime, I think it's decent/good, but I don't think it'll be great.